This video, we are going to cover 4 functions. We're going to cover the unique function, the filter function, the sort function, and the choose columns function. And I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me when I say they're very easy to use. And if you understand the concepts I'm showing you here, you're going to come out of this video an Excel wizard yourself. Pretty exciting, huh? So let's get going here. What we're looking at is a sheet showing employee data, the names, titles, departments, business units, etc., etc. So the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to hit Control T, boom, table. I'm going to wipe out the formatting here, and let's name this table employee data. I'm going to create some drop downs later, and if you want to know more about drop downs, I suggest you watch my video on drop down boxes. So I'm going to create a data validation tab for that we can reference. And we probably won't create drop downs for all of these fields, but I'm going to go ahead and pull in all of these fields from our table, make them a little wider. Okay, so if I want to get all the unique names, go ahead and use our unique formula. And the array, we want to go to our employee table. I'm going to hit tab and that fill that out, open bracket. There it is, employee ID. No, it's not employee ID. Come on, Dennis. Full name. Bush League move there. And there we go. There's our employee names, but let's go ahead and sort them. So the sort function, the syntax is basically it's looking for an array. We already created that array with our unique function. I'm going to hit comma. So sort index, that's only used if our array is more than one column and we want to tell it which column to sort. But in this case, we just have one column. If I hit comma, if I hit 1 here, it's going to sort them alphabetically ascending. If I hit -1, it will be descending. So if I don't hit anything, the default is ascending. But let's just close it right there. And then we have all our full names. And if I just drag this to the right, it should populate everything for us. So here's all the job titles we have in that data set. Here's all the departments. Here's all the business units. So it's giving us a unique listing. So every value on that list, and it removes the duplicates for us. Let's just pick a couple. So we want to look at it by job title, by department, gender. Let's use country. So we'll leave this for our data validation. All right, so now let's play with it. Let's make a little report, summary report. Let's pull a report that shows all this information. So I'm going to copy all of those headers, paste them here, view, grease panes. And we'll create a little drop-down box. We'll start with department, choose department. And in this cell, I'm gonna go data validation. We want a list, so we want you to be able to choose from the departments that are shown on this data tab. Luckily, we already have it over here. So I'm gonna click this cell, and then if I put the # in there, that's gonna make it a dynamic array, so it's gonna pull all of this information in. So look at that, I can choose my department. So let's start with accounting. Now the fun begins. Let's use that filter. Filter. So the syntax here, it's looking for our array. So that's the range that it's looking at. So we know we've got that table. We want it to go look at that employee data table. We want the full table. So I'm not going to put anything in the brackets. We're not looking at a particular column, comma. So what do we want to include in this result? So I want to see only employees in the accounting department. So let's say employee data, department, and I hit tab and it finishes it for me. So easy. It's so easy, easy, when everybody's trying to please me, baby. Classic. So department equals accounting. I'm gonna hit F4 to lock that in. That is it. How easy is that? Look at that. We can clean the formulas up a little bit. All right, so there we go. Look at that. One simple formula pulled all of this in. And this is what we call a dynamic array, because if I do equals A6, it's going to pull in what's in A6. If I put that pound, it's going to pull in, see that whole array? I hit enter, and there it is again. So one little formula did all that, and look what we can do now. Engineering, boom, there's all our engineering employees. Finance, pretty cool, right? How awesome is Excel? Woo! It's pretty cool. All right, but let's mix it up a little bit. Employee ID. We want department. We don't need to pull in the department because we have that here. Business unit. We don't care about gender, ethnicity, age, hire date, salary. Let's just go country and city. I'm deleting this out. Now notice it didn't delete these because this is all linked to this cell over in A6. And that's why it's gray here. When it turns black, that's where the formula actually is. Okay, so what do we do now? We still want to filter to just this department, but I don't want to pull in every single column here. So that's what choose columns is for. Again, very easy to use. Choose columns. First thing it wants is our array. And look, we've already got that. We did that with our filter. So we have our array. And now all it wants us to tell it is which columns do we want to pull in. So full name, job title, business unit, country, and city. So the syntax here, it's really just looking at this full array. So this would be column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so on. So we wanted to pull in full name, 2, 3, 5, 13. 2, 3, 5, 12, 13. Close that out. Look at that. Woo! It's so easy. What album is that from? You know, it's a deeper cut from a classic rock album. So look at that. Again, one formula, pretty easy logic, and we get this cool little dynamic changes with the drop down. It's pretty awesome. So let's say, you know, we created our data validation. Let's look at country. Let's change this to choose country. So we'll just change our drop down options here. Right now it's looking at B2. Let's just make it E2 so it pulls in column E. Change our formula over here. Again, we use a table, so it's real easy to update. Instead of department, we're looking at country. Calc, because engineering is not a country, but hit Brazil. Hey, there's all our Brazilian employees. There's all the employees in China, United States. So look at that. How easy are those formulas to use? And you pull something up like this at work, you will look like a wizard. You're going to impress some people. You want to be happy, don't you? I mean, we all do. So let me give you a great place to start. If you're not doing it already, be grateful. Starting a journal is a great place to start. Just write 3 things that you're grateful for every day. You can start with the easy ones. You know, hey, I woke up today. That's pretty great, right? Better than the alternative. Maybe it's your friends. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your health. Maybe you love your house. You got a great bed, comfortable bed to sleep in. You know, we all have thousands of things to be grateful for, but when we don't think about it, it could affect our mood. We have trees that give us air to breathe. That's pretty awesome. Crazy how nature do that. Make a point to be grateful for the little things in your life. If you're not grateful, you're always going to find yourself wanting more. I wish I had this. I wish I had that. You're never going to be happy. So take the time to appreciate the things that are in your life. You may be struggling. Things may not be perfect, but I'm sure there are some things in your life that are going pretty well or that you're happy you have, even if it's pizza. How great is pizza? There's so many different kinds of pizza, so many different toppings, so many chains and restaurants, and they all have their own little niche. Love it, right? That's great. Life's pretty great. So go be grateful and go be great. You got this.